Hey, what's up guys? This is Martin here from Rib Kodiak. Your favorite Giga Chat from Poland is here, like always, showing up no matter what. And today, this is actually going to be a real special video because we're very close to reaching 1,000 subscribers. So I just wanted to drop a real banger for you guys. And at the same time, we're very, appreciative and grateful for all the support you guys have given us. All the likes, the comments, the views, and everything in between. I love you guys. You're loyal subscribers. I love you. So anyway, today, I'm going to give you the 8 things that I love about living here in Poland. Because to those of you that don't know, I'm half Polish, half Norwegian, and I've been living in Poland for about a year and a half. And we have a lot of viewers from all over the world, especially Canada, United States, and Australia, Germany as well. So, I'm sure a lot of you guys are curious about what it's actually like to live in Eastern Europe. So, embrace yourself, man. So the very first thing I'm going to give you about living here is that Poland is a patriotic country. It's very, very nationalistic, and I love it. There's very few countries on earth that are still like that still believe in traditional values, and they're actually proud of their country. Very few. I mean, the one that comes at the top of my mind is USA. We just had the elections, I watched the whole thing, and, it's looking good. And it's the same thing with Polish people. Polish people are very proud of their country. Like, just literally, I was walking past a couple of buildings on my walk, and we had a lot of flags that were, that were standing outside. Because actually, in a couple of days, we're going to have the Independence March. We're going to have the Independence Day in Warsaw. It's going to be on November 11th. So I might go there. I might go on the march. But I'm not sure about that. We'll see. But that's it. Poland is very proud of their country. They're very nationalistic. I mean, especially compared to Norway. I mean, Norwegians are also proud of their country, but not to the same degree as Polish people. It's not even close. And we have the May 17th, which is like when Norwegian gained their independence. We call it 17. Mai in Norwegian. But it's not even close. I mean, Poles are a lot more proud of their country than Norwegians. I'll tell you that. And at the same time, a lot of people that live in Poland are Polish. Like, most people that live in Poland, I would say like 95, 96% of people that live here are Polish, like 100% Polish. Now we have a lot of Ukrainians, and we do have some foreign students and expats, but they're very chill. They're not condescending in any way. They can fit in the Polish culture, and it's pretty cool. And so let's go to the next one. The second thing I'm going to tell you about Poland is that Poland is incredibly rich in history. We have castles, we have things and remembrances from the Knight era, from the medieval times, and it is looking very cool. Especially like if you go to Krakow or the south of Poland, there's a lot of old buildings, architecture, castles, bridges, and everything that, resembles the Knight era. I mean, it's very nice. It's still kept. It's still, it's still put together. At least it's been taken care of, and it's looking very good. I mean, that's what Krakow is obviously famous for. Because actually Krakow used to be the capital city of Poland many years ago, and so, or even the place that I live in right now, which is Szczecin, which is kind of like on the top west side of Poland. It's very close to Berlin. We're like 200 kilometers away from Berlin, which is like 120, 130 miles to all Americans who are listening to this. And actually the top north part of Poland, like if you were to like pick it on the map, if you were to like draw like an invisible bow from Gdansk to Szczecin, that part of Poland used to be German. So there's a lot of buildings and a lot of things that come from the World War II times, that were the things that used to be German. And actually Hitler used to live very close to where I live. He used to live in one of these, he used to live in the forest, in the woods. He had this little, cottage house. So it's pretty cool. And also one of the former German leaders also has this little hunting property that used to be his in the woods. So that's pretty cool. Anyway, on to the third point. Number 3. Poland has incredible public transit. And I mean, I'm not really taking the bus too often. I have a car, I drive basically wherever I go. But Poland has incredible infrastructure with public transit, especially the train system, the tram system, the bus system. It is very well connected and intertwined with the city. So you can basically travel everywhere. You don't really need a car here. I mean, the public highway system here is incredible. But if you're someone who comes from the United States, Canada, Germany, or even Australia, you don't really need a car here. You can live off, the public transit is incredibly cheap here. You can purchase like a little daily pass and you can go wherever you want to go. It's very good actually. It's nothing, I know that in the United States, the public transit is not really that good. It's not that developed, but I mean, they're working on it right now. And also the subway system in Warsaw is incredible. Like you can basically go wherever you want to go. So that's a big pro of Poland. And another thing that I also love about Poland is that Poland is very green. It's very rich in nature. It has so many amazing things. Like we have all these nice rivers. We have all these lakes. We have the woods, the mountains on the south side. It is beautiful. And this comes from someone who used to live in Norway. And Norway is really famous for having, all these fjords, all these, lakes, the mountains. Norway is incredibly famous for that one. And I mean, Poland is not far away from it. I mean, they're very close to each other when it comes to like, if we were to rank, which country has the best nature, obviously Norway has to win that one, especially during the summers. I mean, the fjords and the Norwegian nature in general is just beautiful, especially when it's hot, when it's sunny and all that. But Poland is very close. I mean, Poland has amazing nature too. It's not far away. But anyway, especially when you're driving, on the highways in the summers, I mean, they're amazing. Particularly like when I remember like last time I was driving to the mountains, obviously. I was driving to the Czech Republic. And when you cross the Czech Republic, you have to drive south because, Czech is placed on the south of Poland. And bro, like the mountains there are amazing. I've never been to like Jelenia Góra and these places, and they're beautiful. It's a completely different terrain from what we're used to here in north of Poland. So the next thing I'm going to give you about Poland, and this comes from a guy, so if you're a lady who's watching this may not necessarily apply to you, but women in Poland are absolutely beautiful. They're so beautiful. And again, this comes from a guy who used to live in Scandinavia. And I used to hear all these stories, that, Scandinavian women are the most beautiful ones. Bro, it's not true. I mean, Polish chicks, they're so much hotter than Norwegian chicks. I have to say it. They triumph over them every single day. Same thing with Czech girls. I used to live in Prague for like almost 2 months. And Czech women are also really, really hot. I mean, they're all Slavic girls, obviously. And Slavic girls are notoriously known for being the most attractive women on the planet. I mean, when we have these, these beauty contests, these pageant contests, Slavic girls are usually on top. They're usually in the top 5, top 10. So that says a lot, okay? Now, I'm not saying that you can't really meet hot chicks in Norway. You can, obviously. But Polish chicks take it to a different level. Especially, I would say, the older Polish chicks, when they're like 30 and up. I mean, no offense to older ladies here. The older ladies in Poland, they can look amazing. They usually have like fake tits, some lip fillers, some Botox on their bodies. And they look really, really good. They look smoking hot. It's not unusual to walk here in Poland and see like a 40-year-old woman who has 2 kids and she's still smoking hot. It's very common here. In Norway, not so much. I mean, women who are usually in their 30s, 40s in Norway, they usually kind of let themselves go a little bit. They stop taking care of themselves. But here it's like the complete opposite. And even the young girls here they're beautiful, okay? We have a lot of Ukrainians too. I personally think that Polish chicks and Czech girls are a lot more prettier than Ukrainian women. I don't know why. That's just my experiences with women here. But that's it. And also, Polish women are very traditional. They're very feminine. They're very kind. They're very like, they're like what you would expect from a woman, basically. And I know that you guys who are listening to me from the United States, I know that women there, most women are not really like wife material. But here, They actually want to be with a man who takes care of them. They want that. They're loyal. They're very like feminine, and they want a guy who's gonna like compliment them in a way. They want a guy who's gonna commit to them, who's gonna be with them, who's gonna do like these little things for her, who's gonna be chivalrous, and who's gonna pursue her. They like that. It's not the thing that it's not like what you see in the in American women when they're like, they have all these requirements for the guys that they like. Oh, he has to be 6 foot tall. He has to have a 6-inch whatever. Okay, yes, he needs to make 6 figures at least before he wants to date me, before he wants to commit to me. Yada yada yada. Right? They yap their mouth all the time. I'm not sure. I've never met one personally here in Poland who's like that, but Polish chicks on average are very pleasant to be with. So if you're looking for a wife, man, come to Eastern Europe. They're very cool here. They're feminine and they're actually women. So I dig that about Polish girls. So the next thing I'm going to tell you is that Poland is a very traditional country. It's very traditional. It's very religious as well. I think Poland is the second most religious country in Europe. It's right behind Romania, I believe. And men, again, this is not to go into politics, but Poland is very traditional. That means men are men. They are leader of the households. They provide for the families. And women are submissive. Women, submit to them. They're taking care of their families. They're nurturing them. And I think that's just how it's supposed to be. Otherwise, societies will fall. Societies will diminish. Societies will break if that's not the case. And especially, compared to Norway. In Norway, for instance, and this always used to struck my mind. I always thought it was a little bit weird, but in Norway, it's very, very common to see a family where the woman is actually the leader of the household. But here, in Poland, it's rare. I'm sure it's going to happen from time to time, but it's still not really a thing. Like women here and men here who live here, they believe in the traditional lifestyle. And it's so cool. There's very few places on earth that are still like that. And they believe in religion. I 100% believe that religion keeps a country in place. It gives, the people, especially the younger generation, the kids, the young men, young women, some values and some rules to live by. And I dig that. I love it. I think they all should embrace that. So the next thing I'm going to give you is that Poland is incredibly underrated. Poland is like a melting pot. There's so many things that are happening here. And it has a thriving economy, it's growing, and they believe in their country, the Polish people. And that means, because it's underrated, that means that people don't really come to this country, which means it's kind of like under the radar. People usually mention places like Berlin, Germany, Norway, Scandinavia, Sweden, UK, Spain, Barcelona, Madrid. But Poland or the Eastern Europe in general is rarely mentioned, and I love it. That means we're not really getting too many immigrants here. And people that do come here, the expats, the foreign people, they want to work here. They want to start careers here. They want to, make something out of themselves. And that's very cool. We don't really have people who come here actually want to work. They want to work for something. And I love it, man. I love it. Same thing, I used to live in Prague, in the Czech Republic, and it's very similar to what we have here in Poland. Because obviously Czechia is Poland's neighbor, So that makes a lot of sense. Anyway, the last thing I'm going to tell you about Poland is that, and this is a lot of people ain't going to like it, but Poland is a free country. Despite what the media wants to say about us, despite what the government wants the Polish people to believe in, Poland is a very free place to live in. It's one of the very few countries on earth that are still like that. Again, most things in our country are free. We have an amazing highway system, which is, for the most part, it's free. We don't really have to pay too much. We don't have too many fees for that. But especially compared to Norway, I used to live in Norway. I used to drive a car. I used to have a car in Norway too. In Norway, we have something that's called bompenger, which means that every single time you want to cross, let's say you want to move to a different city, you want to transit, you want to commute to a different city. You usually have to pass these toll booths. You know what? You know what I'm talking about, right? You have like these little things that are scanning your license plate, and every single time you pass one of these booths, you have to pay like a little fee. You get like a little, message about it in your mailbox at the end of each month. But here, this is non-existent. If we had this type of system in Poland, like it would be erased straight away. The Polish people would be totally against it. But it's a free country. It's a free country. It's not as, surveilled and governmentalized as much as Norway, for instance. Because in Norway, everything is so strict. That's my experience with living in Norway. Everything is very, everything has to be done to the B. Everything has to be on paper. Everything has to be, if you don't pay this, you go to court. If you don't do this, there's going to be a court case, The judge is going to decide which one. If you don't do this, we're going to call the police. This is like my experience with Norway. This is actually why I moved out of Norway. It was just getting too boring, and they're and how the country is controlled and rolled, it really didn't align with my values and how I wanted to live as a human being. But Poland is still a free state. It's one of the very few places on earth that are still free, where we have our own rules, our own culture, we have our own values. Nothing is really, all this Western propaganda that people are talking about, this is on a low level here in Poland. It's growing as the years go by. More young people are getting influenced by it, obviously, but it's still not a big thing here. Poland is a great place to be in. And if you're someone who's watching this from the United States, Canada, or whatever, bro, at least give it a try. I've always thought about moving to the United States, especially since the election. I mean, I'm happy for him. I would love to give it a try, because I'm looking for new challenges. And Poland, even though it's a great place, I would like to move to a different place now. I would love to live in a different country, different city, because I'm looking for challenges. I'm looking for new opportunities to grow and become better. So anyway, thank you so much for watching, guys. I love all the support. And by the way, I would love to know where you guys are from. Comment down below your country, your city, because I would love to connect with my followers and my subscribers. So thank you so much, and I wish you guys a beautiful day. Stay strong.